Hey there, Chef D Malfi here, and welcome to Plant-Based Made Easy. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious dinner because it's Wednesday after all, and on Wednesdays, we make dinner here at Plant-Based Made Easy. Today, I'm making tempting tempeh tacos. These are so good because I love tempeh, and if you're unfamiliar with what tempeh is, let me convert you. You are going to be such a lover of tempeh by the end. Here's tempeh, y'all. Look at this. It's like this amazing brick block of fermented whole grains. It contains soy. It contains lots of different barley and different grains like brown rice. This one has millet as well. This stuff is amazing. It's become my new favorite plant-based protein, and it's a staple in our home. So I'm going to show you how to crumble this up. It's a wonderful meat substitute, as Danny just said, which you might have heard on the mic. It's amazing. It's so cool because you can use it for so many different things, and it's perfect for tacos. So without further ado, let's jump right in because this has multiple parts, and I'm going to keep this video super streamlined. The first thing that we want to do is start with our actual tempeh crumbles, all right? Because this is a meat substitute, we're going to actually season it up just like you would ground meat. So I'm going to start with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil right in my saute pan, like a tablespoon. That's it. You can use water if you are whole food plant-based and you don't do any oil. Get your saute pan on the side to like a medium-high heat. And then what I want you to do is actually take this tempeh, remove it from the package, which I've already done. It is in a brick form, which you can see here, and crumble it up. I've done that already, and this is 8 ounces of crumbled tempeh, all right? Now, doesn't this look like crumbled ground beef or ground chicken or ground pork? It should have the same consistency and texture, right? If I didn't tell you what it looked like, probably from your camera and your angle, this looks like ground meat, but it's going to be delicious. It's gonna actually look exactly like ground beef as soon as we season it up. So into the pan it goes. And this is 8 ounces, all right? You could use, you could double this recipe just easily as long as you make sure that you're gonna season it well. So let's talk about the seasonings. Really super important. You wanna use this, make this kind of like a taco seasoned meat, all right? So I'm gonna start with 1 tablespoon of paprika. This is fantastic. I love paprika so much. And I'm gonna use a full whopping tablespoon, as well as a tablespoon of cumin or cumin, however you say it, however you were trained to say it growing up. I was actually taught to say cumin, and then I got to culinary school and people called it cumin. And I was like, oh, all right, that's a different way. I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon of cumin as well. And this is a warming ingredient, all right? This is going to be a wonderful warming ingredient. Did you know that cumin or cumin seeds are actually the foundation of the cilantro plant? So in the United Kingdom and all over Europe, they call cumin coriander. It's all the same thing. All right, I'm also gonna use some garlic powder here, about a half a teaspoon or so. These last 2 ingredients of the spices will be the flavor agents, and a little bit of onion powder. In my case, I'm gonna use onion salt because that's what I have. Again, another half a teaspoon. Now, if you wanted to spice this up, you could use smoked paprika, you could use chili powder, you could use cayenne pepper, any spices that your heart desires, truly. All right, so let's do a split screen so that you can actually see what I'm doing here. And I want to show you that I have the tempeh down. It's getting nice and warm. And truly all we're doing is kind of like warming it through and crisping up the edges, kind of just like ground beef. I know you can only see kind of half my pan. Let's see if this will help. Yeah, there we go. That's better. And this is going to happen in no time. This is why this is such a great dinner recipe, because it doesn't take a lot. It requires a couple of steps, but you can do them simultaneously. So as this continues to cook up, let's make the sauce. So I'm gonna make this delicious avocado sauce right now, all right? I'm gonna do it right in my high-speed blender. And this is an avocado sauce that I love that's really great for a lot of different things. You can use this on fajitas, tacos, burritos, enchiladas. It really doesn't matter. You can use this with grilled proteins like soy, tempeh. You can use this with grilled vegetables as well. So here's the avocado sauce. The first thing that we need, of course, is a California avocado, my absolute favorite fruit. I absolutely love it. Split it open. Grab that pit in the inside, voila. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take my sharp chef's knife and I'm gonna whack the pit, just whack it really quickly and then give it a turn. I'll do it again in the middle. And the pit should come right off. Then look what I do. I take my trash can and I'm going to hit the base of the handle of the knife onto the trash can, but I'm not going to actually hit any part of the trash can, just hitting the base of the handle, right? So this is still totally clean for all my clean freaks out there. I love you. Thank you for all the reminders. Did not touch my hair and to wash my produce. I really appreciate it. No, seriously, I also am always like, okay, I got to remember everything. And then I totally forget sometimes. So love the reminders. All right, so I'm just going to score this up and then scoop it out. And this is going to go right into my blender. And you can use like a nice avocado that's really, really ripe and delicious, ready for, perfect for sauce or guacamole, something like that. And get all of the skin that can go in my compost. Pause. Let's come back to the tempeh. I just want to make sure to continue to move this around. Now, here's an optional ingredient for the tempeh. You can use 1/4 cup of water at this stage. And this is going to kind of moisten the tempeh, soften it up a bit. I'm going to use that now. 1/4 cup of filtered water right in. Woo! And let that just do its thing. It's going to absorb, all that water will absorb really quickly. And this looks fantastic already. Yeah, it gets really soft very quickly. All right, I'm going to lower the heat to like a low as we finish the avocado sauce. Next, I want, yeah, what about it? Want me to tell you the recipe, Danny? Danny wants to know what the next step of the recipe is. All right, 1/2 cup of coconut milk. All right, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of coconut milk right to my blender. And now I'm going to use a couple of limes. I have key limes here, but you can use regular limes. I have these baby little key limes. You can use like 4 of these, but you can use 2 regular limes. I want the juice. So I like to have these limes. And then I really love to use a juicer, citrus juicer. I'll show you, especially for these little tiny key limes. They can be cute, but they're kind of annoying to squeeze. So I'm going to place 2 or 4 right in the base of the citrus juicer. And this goes right into my blender. All that juice. I love the key limes because they yield a ton of juice. They're really, really sweet and they're super juicy and they're perfect for drinks and things like that. So I always like opt in for the key lime if I see those at the market. And I'm going to do it again. The other halves right in. Try not to get the juice all over your kitchen and into the blender. Perfect. I got sprayed a little bit, but that's all right. I want to do one final squeeze. I like to put all of them in. Yes, I like pile them all in, right? And then one final squeeze. Geez, this blender is like tall. I have to like get on my tippy toes. See how much juice it yields? It's awesome. All right, compost. All these are put into like a limeade. Perfect. Now, next we want a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. You can absolutely replace this with water. I'm just gonna make sure my tempeh is not burning. I'm gonna turn off the heat for now because I feel like that is just about done. 2 tablespoons of water or extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna use extra virgin olive oil. If I can get it out here. I'll have to use my other one. There we go. Totally, water will work just fine. And now some sea salt, really important. Oh, touch my hair. Don't worry, that's my clean hand. All right. Some sea salt to taste, a couple pinches. And then I want 1/2 of a jalapeno, which I already added to the bottom of the blender before you guys got here. 1/2 of a jalapeno that's going to make it really super spicy. It's going to add a sweetness too, as well as 1 clove of garlic. This is amazing. It's going to add that garlicky, round, savory quality. And then 1/4 cup of cilantro, which I have here. Throw that right in. And now let's give this a puree. Get everything down. Give this a mix. Let it whirl around. Good. You can't hear me. how this is done. This looks totally creamy. I got to taste it for seasoning, of course. You definitely want to taste it. Don't just assume that you've nailed that seasoning. You definitely just want to make sure, is it right? Does it have enough lime? Does it have enough garlic? How about salt? Nailed it. All right, that was really good. This only needs like a couple pinches of the sea salt. Really great. Here's a great tip. If you are doing whole food plant-based diet and you don't use any salt, you can use kelp granules in this recipe, especially for things like sauces. You can totally hide the fact that you're not using regular salt and you're substituting with kelp. Fantastic. This is going to be great. All right, I think our tempeh is also done. I just want to give this a quick taste. Again, I'm tasting for seasoning here. Really important. Taste your meat as you go before you build. Ooh, that's nice. Super yummy. Totally flavorful. All right, so the last thing that we have to do is we have to finish with our garnishes. I'm going to use some heirloom tomatoes here. These are baby heirlooms and a little bit of red onion. All I'm going to do is just dice up my tomatoes, and I want to use organic tomatoes here in the US, people. If you are in the United States and you are buying conventional tomatoes, I hate to break it to you, but those conventional tomatoes and corn are likely going to be GMO foods, genetically modified organisms, and they are genetically modified crops here in the United States. How do I know that? Because I do a lot of research on agriculture and farm and gut health in the microbiome and soil here in the US. And we absolutely know that corn as well as tomatoes that are conventionally farmed are considered GMO. 90% of the crops that are not organic of corn and tomato are GMO. And there's no way to know, because here in the United States, unlike other countries all over the world, we don't have to label our food sources genetically modified organisms. We do not have any indication on our food that has GMO labeling, which is kind of scary. So one way to avoid that is to enjoy organic produce for some of these really important things. And those are tomatoes, corn, canola, things like that. Soy, really important to enjoy organic. I don't say that for everything, because I really don't believe that you have to waste your money on things that are not that important, but certain elements, certain ingredients, very super important. So I've got some red onions. What's that?
Cookbook.
Yeah. All right. So if you guys want this recipe, you can download this cookbook. This is my August 2020 cookbook. It's Plant-Based Made Easy August 2020 cookbook, available right now, just this week for $12. The price will go back up, but right now I want to just promote it. I wanted to get it in as many hands as possible. Please consider downloading it. The link to download it, we'll put it in the comment box, but it is bit.ly/plant-based made easy. And you guys, I'm very excited because here you can see it right here. This cookbook has 30 days of recipes. It's a month long of amazing recipes for your plant-based kitchen. I'm going to give you sweet snacks, dinners, lunches, breakfasts, and staple recipes all in one. And the real good thing about this is that this is going to help you feel less stressed in the kitchen. You're not going to have to worry so much about how you're going to prepare your meals, how you're going to shop at the market. Everything's going to be really easily laid out for you, even with a beautiful grocery list for each week to help you so that you don't feel so overwhelmed when you're shopping and meal prepping. All right, so let's build these tacos as we wrap up. I have a beautiful plate here. I'm going to use a platter or plate, and I actually use this amazing tortilla warmer. I highly recommend. Get yourself a cool tortilla warmer. This one is Hecho in Mexico. I love it. Look at it. Actually comes from LA though. That's where I bought it. And I have these beautiful, I'm going to use this one, beautiful tortillas here. I've just warmed them on a grill pan, like flat top or a regular dry pan. And then I'm going to fill them with everything. The first thing I want is a little bit of the tempeh. No, the first thing I want is a little bit of the sauce. Tricked ya. Just kidding. Tricked myself. All right. I'm going to use a little bit of this sauce, like a good couple tablespoons or so. This is going to help the tempeh stick. That's why I wanted to stop. Use this as your glue or your base. Now, back to it. Tempeh. Doesn't this look like ground meat? And I highly recommend do this with tempeh instead of buying the meat alternatives. Yes, that's okay. The meat alternatives are okay every once in a while, but truly it's really important to not do the meat alternatives every single day or multiple times per week, because that is considered a highly processed food and we don't want that in our diet. The other ingredient that I have that I wanted to show you was this organic fire roasted corn. I just got regular frozen organic corn and then I put it in a dry pan to make it fire roasted, basically just to char it up. It is so good. You can top this with some black beans if you want as well. I'm going to use some chopped tomatoes. And I'm also going to use some cilantro and some red onion. Whatever you want, make it colorful, make it totally your own, and have a bunch of ingredients out, and then just let your family members or your loved ones build their own taco. This looks great. And I think a little bit of cilantro. One little quick tip. Here's my cilantro. I wanted to just show this. This is how I hold herbs that are fresh cut herbs, soft herbs like basil and cilantro and parsley. I hold it in a vase of water. I call this my herb vase. And every single time I bring home a bunch, I actually hold them in with the rubber band in the vase. I change the water once a day, and it's about 2 inches of water. And I'm just going to snip some of this right off using my kitchen shears. And this is just going to be as my garnish. And then I'll use my kitchen shears and I'm going to snip the cilantro on the top. And will you look at this? A beautiful tempting tempeh taco. Does this not look delicious? Beautiful. It's super colorful. It's popping out. I must take a bite. Just to see how do all these flavors play. Gosh, this looks almost too good to eat. I'm going for it though. Mm. Mm. Okay.
I want to try that. Oh my God.
What do you think?
All day, every day.
So good.
I want to eat this for lunch and dinner and breakfast every single day.
It's that good.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's really good. It's really, really good. It like satisfied my need for meat. Since we just went plant-based a few months ago.
Yeah.
Like there's still that like I'm missing meat a little bit. Yeah. And this really does taste wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And we did a poll earlier today where we found out that people are making dinner almost every single night right now.
7 nights a week.
7 nights a week.
Good for you.
So this is definitely a recipe that you should put into the mix for dinner.
You must. Sure. Yeah, it's one of these recipes that I think people will use again and again because it's so easy and it's so flavorful and it totally just like speaks to your meat craving, right?
Yeah. It's not Taco Tuesday for me. It's like taco every day.
Taco every day.
Taco every day.
Taco every day.
Who's with me? Taco, hashtag taco every day.
You with us? Yeah, yes. I love that. Hashtag Wellness Wednesday because it's Wellness Wednesday. We're having a delicious plant-based taco. Try this recipe, you guys. Try it. If Danny likes it, then you're going to like it too. I absolutely promise. Danny sometimes still gets cravings for meat every once in a while. And then I'll make something that's like tempeh. I'll make some sort of meat substitute. And you're like totally fine with it. You love it.
I do love it.
He's been saying he loves it even more than meat. I'm just going to put that out there.
Have I been saying that?
Yes, you have. All right. Thank you so much, Anna. Anna says, it looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Anna just signed up for this month to actually have this cookbook. And I hope you're really enjoying these recipes. I appreciate you. Sylvia said, can't wait to try making it. This one's really easy and really fun, Sylvia. I think you're going to love it. And Lindsay says, every day is taco day. All right. Well, you and my husband could be besties. Absolutely. Every day is taco day. That's so fun. I love making these classic comforting recipes that we all know and love, and then plant-basifying them, making them healthier, making them totally sustainable, not just for our health, but for the health of our families, our loved ones, and the health of our planet, as well as the health of those precious animals that we love so much. So take the animals out of your taco, will you? And try a plant-based taco. This Tempting Tempeh taco is amazing. And download this cookbook. It's the August 2020 Plant-Based Made Easy cookbook. I'm so thankful for you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate each and every single one of you. I'm going to eat the rest of this taco and enjoy the rest of my afternoon. I hope you do the same. Please come back for tomorrow. We're going to be making snacks, and we're going to have a special guest in the house helping to make our snacks more easy and more approachable and even more fun. So I'll see you there. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. Peace out, friends.